Do 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 do. I was dreaming when I wrote this, so tell me if you wanna last. What is this shit? Oh my god. I guess we'll find out eventually. It's live in my basement with curtains. If you don't have curtains in your basement, I strongly recommend it. It stops the bugs because they're scared of curtains. It's the cloth. What are we doing here? Oh, fuck this. Parenting week, last day of parenting week, January 26th, 2024, season 2, episode 101. My parenting tips are let the kids do whatever they want until they're 12. And then the minute they like go into 8th grade or 7th grade and they start becoming a teenager, tell them no to everything. So that way you can control what they're doing when they're at the point in their life where they could cause trouble, right? But let them do whatever they want when whatever they want to do is, I want to go eat ice cream. Let them eat ice cream. But then when they say, I want to drink beer, you'd be like, no, I let you do whatever the hell you wanted till you were 12. Now you do what I do. That's my tip. And then let them just make their own decisions and fail. If they die, they die. You got to be able to accept that. It's the risk-reward factor. Anyways, let's get started. January 26, 2024. No. Oh my God. You might want to fast forward like 30 seconds or something. January 26th. Okay. Boom. Season 2, episode 101.
Targeting celebrities and our elections.
The worst show in the mornings. They'll tell you it's the best.
Shared over 47 million.
But the truth is, it's the only damn show on at this time of the morning for people without cable. Like old ladies.
Shared over 47 million
old
times
ladies.
On X in what advocacy groups say is a form of sexual abuse.
There should be legislation, obviously, to deal with this issue. Congress should take legislative action.
X saying in a statement the platform has a zero tolerance policy towards such content, and they are working to remove all of the images. This, the latest example highlighting the growing dangers posed by artificial intelligence as a source of misinformation, targeting celebrities and our elections. And before the New Hampshire primary, the Biden campaign denouncing this deepfake robocall, encouraging people not to go to the polls from what listeners thought was President Biden.
Your vote makes a difference in November, not this Tuesday.
That voice, not the president. It was artificially produced, prompting a criminal investigation by the state's attorney general.
Our thanks to Ariel. That's Nightline. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America. Have a great weekend.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale. A 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring. 50% off padding and materials. And 50% off.
Do you want to date her? No, the answer actually might be, like, in real life at that, well, you might say yes because she looks like Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not her, but you know what? Right? Say you met a girl like that, that looked exactly like Carmen Electra, like same size, same bust, same face, same smile, all that. But she was like, you know, this goofy, like hostess at like a TGI Friday. She's like, would you like a table? But when she's not talking, she looks exactly like her, but she's a nerd. And she laughs and she's annoying and she talks much. And it's like, but if, you know, hey, you know, you're never going to be able to be with the real thing. But if you see a girl that looks like her, I don't care. You're not trying to marry her. You're not trying to raise a family with her. Who cares if she's a dork or a moron or if she's, you know, laughs weird or if she talks really too much or is annoying, whatever. Smash.
So do you call all 5 flavors fast food? So don't you really say so?
must be a little bit.
Aaron Pierre. Who's that first guy? Kelvin Harrison. Okay.
We can change the course of history. We must be a little bit. This is our reality now.
It's live with Kelly and Bart. Today, film and television star Naomi Watts. Plus, a performance from singer-songwriter Grace Potter. Also, common viruses on serious illnesses you need to know about as we wrap up our parenting week. All that's online. Now, here are Kelly Ripa and Mark
Friday, January 26th, 2024. January is gone.
Not quite. Almost.
There are 31 days in January? Yep, all right, every year?
Are you like me that you have to go through that whole stupid phrase in your head every time to figure out how many days are in a month? Like you said, are there 30 days in January? And in my head I went 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. Yes.
Got you.
That's how long it takes me to figure it out.
And you know how I know which drink is mine and which bread plate is mine? I do this.
Yeah,
B and D.
bread,
And D.
D,
Yeah,
drink.
every time.
Did you know this? Yeah. Our kids taught us this in pre-K.
D, that's your drink.
This
D.
is your drink.
B, that's your
over
bread.
here, and this is your bread plate.
Yeah, B and D.
B and D. You're welcome.
I can be at La Bernadette.
Oh no,
I can be at the fanciest
we
place.
are the fanciest place, and this is us.
Hey, you know what today is?
We just said it's Friday. Something.
No. It's National Spouses Day. You're my little penguin. You're my little penguin.
You're my national spouse, and you're my international spouse.
Yes.
A little role playing in my future, yes.
National Spouses Day.
Oh.
You compliment your spouse on something. You have the most beautiful eyes.
So cute.
Thank you. It could be their appearance, their cooking, their patience, or their artistic.
Well, we can't compliment each other on the rest of it.
Yeah. Share a memory of your spouse that you often think of. I remember holding your hair in Puerto Rico that one time you got sick. Do you remember that?
I remember that, and I remember a lot about that.
And you said, you're a good guy. You held my hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have sex with me.
Yeah, you just said spend time to.
Yeah, and after that she said, she. See, what you're missing is the last part of that fucking. What you're missing is the last part of that statement, because what he really said was she said. Wait, what? Let's get the line again.
Eat dinner together. We do that every night.
Let's see what the exact line was. You're a really good spouse, or you're a really good person. I'll give you the entire sentence. They cut it off. I'll give you the second half.
Do you remember that?
I remember that, and I remember a lot about that.
And you said, you're a good guy. You held my hair.
Yeah.
Right. This was. know, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. Thank you. You know, you're a good guy. You're such a good guy. You held my hair. Want a blowjob? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We can just make out if you want to. Like your dick. Kiss me. I want you to meet my parents next week. That's how it went. And scene. Right? Oh, man. Gotta love those times.
I said a lot of things. Yeah, you did say that. Spend time together, play a game, eat dinner together. Play a game, eat dinner together. We do that every night. Look at the photo albums.
Yeah,
I look at your phone.
But that's not because we love each other. That's because we're too fucking lazy and boring to go out to dinner. That's because we're too lazy and cheap to go out to dinner all the time. And we're just, and you're just, and we're just there. And we're just, because we're both, but that's not because we love each other. That's just because we're both lazy and too cheap to go out to dinner. We just rather stay at home. And it just so happens that, like, you're also there. It just so happens that we're both there together. We don't like sit down at the table and eat dinner together, like at the dinner table, like a family. We eat dinner together, like at this in the same house, in the same meal. But sometimes, you know, I'll make something and I eat dinner like at 5:30, and he's like there at 6:15 eating. So he'll be on the couch with a bowl of, like, say I made spaghetti, I don't know. And he's sitting there on the eating, and I finished. I finished like 20 minutes, you know, before he even started eating. So we don't like sit down and eat together. We eat the same food, but different times of the night. Sometimes we eat together, but like I said, it's not because we try to make it a habit because we love each other. It's because we both don't want to go out and we're just stuck living with each other.
Do this.
Oh.
I said a lot of things. Yeah, you did say that. Spend time together, play a game, eat dinner together. We do that every night. Look at the photo albums. I look at your phone and do this. Put a puzzle together or take a walk. That's one of my favorite things to do with you. Is to putting a puzzle together. No, not that. It's taking a walk with you. Oh, it's our favorite. Yeah. Talk. We do all of our dreaming on our walks. Yeah. It's nice, right? Yeah. So enjoy your spouse. Yeah, enjoy your spouse. And if you don't have a spouse, go get one. Enjoy that too. Not for everyone. If you're home alone right now, if you are home alone, I want you to get up after the commercial break. Get up, look in the mirror and say, I love you. You're my person. That's what you do. I watch Mark do that every morning. Very healthy self-esteem. So, new travel trend alert. More families are opting to take their children on vacation during the school year, even on those days where they're not supposed to take their kids out of school. Remember when we were trying to take our kids out of school for like a 4-day weekend? It was really a 3-day weekend. We're like, but can we leave on Thursday and make it an experiential trip? And they'd be like, no, your kindergartner needs to be here. We're working on colors.
Well, now they're
we
saying
didn't really listen to them though. We
didn't.
flutter those rules a lot. We're like,
because we were like,
high school is when it starts becoming, you know.
I was like, we'll handle it. Don't worry. We'll handle the days of the week. Although, having said that,
yes,
we did have one kid. Won't name the kid. We did have one kid that, until very recently, could not name the months in the year in order. Would just be like, it was like the scene from The Godfather, right? Where she's like, I speak English. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday. This is like this child naming the months.
Yeah.
It's like August, June, September, February.
Yeah.
And we're like, can you go in order of the months?
Well, this child has it now. They have it. They have it now. So mission accomplished. So what are they saying? You should take your kids out of school. That's not so important.
Sometimes having those experiences as a family is of equal import.
I would say
as the
every
class
time.
lesson.
Yeah, I would say every time. So
that's good news. They're giving parents support.
New survey reveals the one reason 83% of people drink coffee. It's awesome. Yes, 73% of people drink coffee every day. For 83% of the consumers, the taste is the most influential reason they drink their coffee. I thought it would be energy. That's 67%. I like a little energy, which also increases productivity.
I think it's more ritualistic for us.
Yeah, I love the smell. I love the smell. Although, you know, when I was living in Vancouver, I made a trip down to Seattle because it's like an hour and a half away or something like that. And we're Starbucks. That's where Starbucks began.
Yeah, the original.
And they have this huge Starbucks. Like it's like massive. They have roasters and they have tubes and they have things.
We have those in New York now too.
Do you have one in New York? It looks like Willy Wonka, like Wonka World in there, right? And so the lady that was helping us, who was very helpful, and a little judgy, but very helpful. She said, "What kind of coffee do you like?" And I said, "Well, I love a dark roast, like an Italian."
Dark Italian roast, great. And you could add hot steaming almond milk and chocolate coffee milk, right?
Yeah, the original.
And they have this huge Starbucks. Like it's like massive. They have roasters and they have tubes and they have things.
We have those in New York now too.
Do you have one in New York? It looks like Willy Wonka, like Wonka World in there, right? And so the lady that was helping us, who was very helpful, and a little judgy, but very helpful. She said, "What kind of coffee do you like?" And I said, "Well, I love a dark roast, like an Italian roast or a French roast, which they don't make anymore, the French roast." And she says, "Oh, you like your coffee beans burned? You like them burned?" Just like that. I go, "Yeah." She's like, "Because that's what we're actually doing. We're burning them. You're not getting the actual flavor of the coffee." I'm like, "Well, you know what? I like a French roast, please. Burn it. Extra burnt."
She told you that she said, "Do you like to lick?" Didn't she tell you you like to lick an ashtray?
Yeah.
And you were like, "How did you guess?"
Still remember that lady.
Yeah.
Yes, 73% of people drink coffee every day. For 83% of the consumers, the taste is the most influential reason they drink their coffee. I thought it would be energy. That's 67%. I like a little energy, which also increases productivity.
I think it's more ritualistic for us.
Yeah, I love the smell. I love the smell. Although, when I was living in Vancouver, I made a trip down to Seattle because it's like an hour and a half away or something like that. And we're Starbucks. That's where Starbucks began.
Yeah, the original.
And they have this huge Starbucks. Like it's like massive. They have roasters and they have tubes and they have things.
We have those in New York now too.
Do you have one in New York?
He just just talked to her like she was an annoying fan commenting from the crowd.
Massive. They have roasters and they have tubes and they have things.
We have those
It
in
looks
New
like-
York now, too.
Do you have one in New York?
She like, excuse me, like, who are you talking to? He just brushed her off like she was a whore.
I think it's more ritualistic for us.
Yeah, I love the smell. I love the smell. Although, you know, when I was living in Vancouver, I made a trip down to Seattle because it's like an hour and a half away or something like that. And we're Starbucks. That's where Starbucks began.
Yeah, the original.
The original. And they have this huge Starbucks. Like it's like massive. They have roasters and they have tubes and they have things.
We have those in New York now, too.
Do you have one in New York? It looks like Willy Wonka, like Wonka World in there, right? And so the lady that was helping us, she was very helpful, and a little judgy, but very helpful. She said, "What kind of coffee do you like?" And I said, "Well, I love a dark roast, like an Italian roast or a French roast, which they don't make anymore, the French roast." And she says, "Oh, you like your coffee beans burned? You like them burned, just like that?" I go, "Yeah." She's like, "Because that's what we're actually doing. We're burning them. You're not getting the actual flavor of the coffee." I'm like, "Well, you know what? I like a French roast, please. Burn it. Extra burnt."
She told you that she said, "Do you like to lick?" Didn't she tell you you like to lick an ashtray?
I can't tell if this is supposed to be a funny story or not.
I like a French roast, please. Burn it. Extra burnt.
She told you that she said, "Do you like to lick
a big black penis?"
Do you like to lick an ashtray?
Yeah.
And you were like, "How did you guess?" Told you that she said, "Do you like to lick
little penises because you have a little tongue like an asshole? Do you like to lick assholes?"
And you were like, "How did you guess?"
Still remember that lady.
Yeah. But you do like your coffee strong.
I like it very strong. I like it like almost like thick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He does like it thick.
Yeah.
Like it could be hot chocolate only. Didn't she tell you like to lick an ashtray?
Yeah.
And you were like, "How did you?"
Extra burnt.
She told you that she said, "Do you like to lick
little penises after they've been inside of assholes and eat them?"
Yeah.
And you were like, "How did you guess?"
Still remember that lady.
Yeah. But you do like your coffee strong.
I like it very strong. I like it like almost like thick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He does like it thick.
Yeah.
Like it could be hot chocolate, only you taste it and you're like, "Nope, not hot chocolate."
That's why I like a Greek coffee.
Oh, yes, Greek coffee.
Yes. The Turkish
Yeah,
coffee.
Turkish
the grinds at the
It's
bottom.
nice. Yeah. And once in a while, if you go to the right restaurant, they'll read your coffee. They read the grinds.
They flip it
Sometimes
over.
there's a person there that can read the grinds, like a soothsayer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like reading the palms of your hand, like a plumber. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always talk about so many years ago, there was a nail salon down the street from All My Children. It's where the cast of All My Children would go to get our nails done.
I remember that.
You remember the spot. And there was a woman named Candy, and she would read your palm. And this is way before we were dating, before we were married. She would always read my palm, and she's like, "Yep, you're gonna have two boys and a girl." She's like, "You're having 2 boys and a girl." And I'm like, "How do you know?" And she's like, "Oh, it's all."
We've heard this story before. We heard this story about how the fucking psychic said that. You even had the psychic on the television show. And I believe she told you on air that when you were pregnant with Lola that it was going to be a girl, and it was. I think this is either a different psychic or this same psychic you brought on the show when you were pregnant with the third one. And the second
dating
one.
Before we were married.
I think it was the second one and the third one. Because I think the first one you gave birth to before you got the job. Kelly gave birth before she got the job with Regis. But the time she was pregnant with Lola and the time she was pregnant with Joaquin, she was on the show and she brought the psychic on. and the psychic said this one's going to be a boy or this one's going to be a girl, and it was, and then the next third one's going to be a boy. I bet she goes and mentions that, like just telling the same stories over and over in one big loop.
Your palm. And this is way before we were dating, before we were married. She would always like read my palm, and she's like, "Yep, you're gonna have two boys and a girl." She's like, "You're having 2 boys and a girl," and I'm like, "How do you know?" And she's like, "Oh, it's all right here." And she would point to. I mean, I was like, "I don't see it," But she would tell me that I would have 2 boys and a girl.
Oh, and you did.
I know.
And where's Candy now?
I don't know.
We should find her.
We should. We moved, so now that's not my nail salon.
She's dead.
That's how it. It's like
you go to your neighborhood nail salon.
Yeah, it's like where your kids go to school. It's
right.
Like
Right.
Gen Z.
Well, then she must not have been that good at doing nails, because I know that if a girl finds an absolutely delightful, wonderful killer in a good way at doing nails, like an absolutely fantastic, like nail salon person, they will go there. They will drive an extra 40 minutes to go to the girl that does the nails like an A+ instead of just walking down 2 blocks to go get the girl that does the B+ nails or the B- nails. And you had money, so it's not like you're poor. Look, if there's one girl that does your nails and no one else can do them like her, girls will pay. Not every girl, but I know a lot of women that will pay, that will drive an extra half an hour, maybe even 45 minutes, right? Or an hour. Especially if it's like they do their nails like once every 3 months, they'll drive an extra hour. They'll make a day out of it. Drive an hour, get the nails done, have lunch at a local, you know what I mean? They will drive an extra hour and they will pay an extra $20. Instead of paying $120, instead of paying $60, they'll pay like $100. They'll drive an extra hour. They will pay an extra $50 to make sure that person does that. You know how I know? Because when I was younger and I really cared about my hair, I could have easily have spent maybe 20 to 25 minutes taking a bus over to a place to get my hair cut. But instead, I went. There was a chain place, like a hair clips or something, right? It wasn't Supercut. It was another place. I'm not going to say it, but it was just called like the hair place, right? And they had multiple locations in Chicago. There was a location that I went, all right, and I think the haircuts were like $7, and it came with a free shampoo. I would skip the one that was like a 20 minutes away on the bus, 20-minute bus ride. And I would take the hour-long bus ride to go to a specific location that had a guy named Mike. He was a Polish guy. His name was Mike. I don't know what his real name was on his birthday, but he was Mike. He was Polish. And this guy always had a line. People would come in and they'd be like, "You want a haircut? Okay, booth number 3 is available." And they would say, "No, I want Mike." Well, Mike's got 4 people waiting. And people would wait an hour and a half to have Mike cut their hair instead of being able to get their hair cut instantly and get instant gratification from some regular person. Some people would walk in and just get their hair cut. They want to be in and out. People would wait. They'd be like, "Okay, well, I'll put my name on a list." They'll put their name on a list. Then they'll leave and they'll go to a bar or they'll go get a bite to eat. Or if they lived close enough, they would just go home. But that's how good Mike was, that people would like, and I would spend, and to me, I wasn't really spending any extra money. The price was the same, but it was my time. And it was an extra like 50 cents for a transfer. But I digress from that. But it was like an extra back and forth. It was like an extra hour of travel time. And not only that, the travel time was longer, but I had to wait usually, So now instead of leaving at noon and maybe getting back at 2 for a haircut, I would leave at noon and I might not get back till like 3:30, maybe even 4 o'clock. Once total, like me walking home to the bus, taking 2 buses, waiting maybe 45 minutes to an hour for a haircut, then getting my haircut, and then having to take the hour-long bus ride back. I would spend that extra time. Now, in all honesty, the best move that I had was not to go on Saturdays. You would go after school. but sometimes I had baseball practice and stuff. And so it depends. If Mike was staying late, you might be able to, after baseball practice, be able to get down there because it was closer to my school. I might be able to get there around like 6 o'clock or 6:30, and Mike might be there, but he might not be there. You know what I mean? But the move is to go after school. But the thing is, like other high school kids, it would still be crowded because after school, parents are getting out of work. Parents are picking up their kids, going straight to the barber. Kids in high school are like going straight from school, going to the barber. So believe it, like between like 2:30 and like 4 o'clock, it was still busy. So you kind of had to go like on a Monday, like at 5, and you might be able to get in right away. That was Mike. So if I'll do that for hair, girls will do that for nails, especially when they really want people to notice their nails. I don't really care if people notice that I got another haircut. My haircut's the same, but nails, you get different nail designs done. It's like an artist. You want to show it off. So it's very important. And it's also about showing your girlfriends, and you want compliments. So you're really kind of like bragging to your friends. So this is an important thing. Right, bitch?
Oh, now that's not my nail salon. That's how, that's how it's like.
You go to your neighborhood nail salon.
Yeah, it's like where your kids go to school. It's
right.
Like,
Right.
Gen Z, I sometimes am hard on Gen Z. Teens are getting part-time jobs again.
Oh, wow.
It's on the rise.
Good.
It's on the rise. Good. Now kids are they're finding their way back into the workforce, picking up after-school jobs and summer jobs.
Good.
Which I think is great.
Right.
Yeah, very smart.
Right. Until they turn 18 and they quit that job to become a professional webcam girl where they make 20 times as much money per hour, bouncing on a bed in a G-string and a bikini top that's 2 sizes too small. Like one of those bikinis that just covers the nipple, but you can see the entire tit. Yeah, that's because they're not old enough to, dance around in underwear for like perverted old men. Once they turn 18, they're quitting that job, at the local grocery store. They're quitting that job at, Federal Express, or they're quitting that hostess job at Applebee's, and they're going to start basically just spending 2 days a week just prancing around in their underwear, putting chocolate frosting on their belly for $10 from some 82-year-old guy in Peru named Jorge.
Very smart.
Eichfein's from Austria is 62 and he wants to give you $100 to bend over and touch your toes and hold it. We're going to call it stretching exercises, though, and he's going to call you a quote-unquote personal trainer.
Because foundationally, it gives you a baseline of what work is like.
Yep. Value of money.
Budget. Where money comes from, how to budget the money.
Right. Paying taxes, what those are about.
What month of the year those are due.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's very important. Good for you, Gen Z. You've done something right.
Yes. Some of the parents are like, all right, fine.
Guys, big news here.
Oh?
I love STUMP MARK.
I love stock market, so you don't. Mm-hmm. Right. They're going to get jobs because their parents won't give them any money, and they can't get any money to buy their weed, and they can't go online and get an account because now it's cracking down. Oh, yeah, they're getting jobs at the grocery store, bagging up your fucking frozen bagels and your fucking oat milk that's been sitting in room temperature for 5 weeks on the shelf. Yeah, they're breaking your eggs, and they're seating you to the wrong table, right? They're at Red Lobster fucking eating Cheddar Bay biscuits the day they turn 18. They're spreading crumbled Cheddar Bay biscuits all over their titties while they have this small little bikini that's like this big to cover up the nipple. And all of a sudden they're putting like fettuccine Alfredo. They're like eating and making noises. They're bending over and spreading their butt cheeks while they have a bottom on, so it's okay. They're not stripping though. They're just basically prancing around, bouncing on chairs going, hi. It's like Cameo. But instead of saying, hi, this is for Donovan, happy anniversary for the 5th year after you shit your pants on your wedding. I hope your ex-wife is happy with her new husband. No, it's like now it's like cameo. Hey, this is for Donovan. Congratulations on your 5-year anniversary of shitting your pants. Did your butt look like this? And then she's gonna start spreading like chocolate syrup all over her butt cheeks, you know. And then via request from the people who bought it, she's gonna have like a little fart machine, and she's gonna start going. Right, and guess what? In one day, she's gonna make the same amount of money she made in a month at Red Lobster. There you go. And then she's buying a house at 21, telling her parents, "Fuck off." Shut up.
Some of the parents are like, all right, fine.
Guys, big news here. I Love Stump Mark Tea was sold out. All right.
Oh, what do we got here? And I say,
Yeah, very smart.
Very, very smart.
Because I foundationally, it gives you a baseline of what work is like.
Yep. Value of money.
Budget. Where money comes from, how to budget the money.
Right. Paying taxes.
They do that shit all the time. That's the most annoying shit they do, is where one of them is talking and then the other one cuts them off, finishes their sentence, or tries to like predict what they're going to say and then beat them to the punch. Like, you know, I go to the baseball game. I love it. I enjoy the food, you know, and then you're like, yeah, you eat hot dogs. And you know, and it's like I know you're going to say eat a good hot dog. So I'm going to say it first because I feel like I win. And then the other person, like person A starts talking, person B cuts him off. And then person A just basically copies what they're saying as if they were on the same page all along. Like, I love a good baseball game in the summer, but I like weekday games when people are working, you know. And then Mark's like, yeah, there's not a lot of crowd. And then Kelly's like, not a lot of crowds. It's parking is a lot easier. Easy parking. Yeah. You know, there's not a lot of crowds. Not a lot of crowds. The parking's a lot easier. Easy parking. You know, have a nice hot dog and a beer. There, you eat food. There's hot, you know, and then you get like sometimes there's food specials. A nice hot dog and a beer. You drink beer. You know, sit down in a seat. You know, there's a lot of empty seats for you to move to. You can get a good, you know. And then he's just like fucking interrupting her and just fucking saying what she was gonna say, almost like he's gonna fucking like they're like his family is held hostage, and these terrorists are gonna kill his family if he doesn't interrupt his wife and say what she was gonna say before she said it. And even if that's not what she was going to say, it's almost like he thinks she doesn't know what to say. So I'm going to sit there and I'm going to fill in the blank for her. And then she could just agree and we could sell like, you know, like she's kind of giving him a look like, honey, I don't know what to say. You say something and I'll just agree with it. You know, you could wear diapers and you could wear diapers and piss your pants. There's diaper wearing. Yes, exactly. Just what I was going to say, hon.
Foundationally, it gives you a baseline of what work is like.
Yep. Value of money.
Budget. Where money comes from, how to budget the money.
Right. Paying taxes, what those are about.
What month of the year those are due.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's very important. Good for you, Gen Z. You've done something right.
Yes. Some of the parents are like, all right, fine.
Guys, big news here. I Love Stump Mark Tea was sold out. All right. It was sold out. People were up in arms. There was
I see a lady in the audience.
Yes.
Yes.
They're back.
Oh my God.
We have a whole new batch. Yes.
So these are the ones you can't. These are the ones you can purchase.
Let's say I love Stump Mark.
I love Stump
I Stumped Mark. Yes. Those are birds only.
Yes.
Yeah. This is I love the Stump Mark game. You can get it, and you can get it at the kiosk outside, guys, or you can get it on our website. Yeah. And I'm going to give somebody a T-shirt today.
We're going to toss out the unprecedented generosity. Ever since you started becoming a loser with your own game.
I know.
Have you noticed that?
I've been losing a lot. January.
Dry January.
But you know what? Listen, even Babe Ruth, even Ty.
Shut the fuck up. Stop saying that. Even Babe Ruth batted like 300 some years. Bullshit.
Right.
Even Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb had slumps. Stop comparing yourself to a baseball player. You're a fucking basketball free throw shooter. And that's all you'll ever be.
Guys, big news here.
Oh?
I love Stump Mark T was sold out. All right. It was sold out. People were up in arms. There was
I see a lady in the audience.
Yes.
Yes.
They're back.
Oh my
we have
God.
a whole new batch. Yes.
So these are the ones you can't. These are the ones you can purchase.
Let's say I love Stump Mark.
I love Stump.
I Stumped Mark. Yes. Those are birds only.
Yes.
Yeah. This is I love the Stump Mark game. You can get it, and you can get it at the kiosk outside, guys, or you can get it on our website. Yeah. And I'm going to give somebody.
Fucking Gelman. What did Gelman say? God damn it.
Those are birds only.
Yes.
Yeah. This is I love the Stump Mark game. You can get it, and you can get it at the kiosk outside, guys, or you can get it on our website. Yeah. And I'm going to give somebody a T-shirt today.
We're going to toss out the unprecedented generosity. Ever since you started becoming a loser with your own game.
I know.
Have you noticed that?
I've been losing a lot. January.
Dry January.
But you know what? Listen, even Babe Ruth, even Ty Cobb, had a slump.
Are you comparing yourself to?
Would lose match. It would go on a losing streak.
Yeah, keep going. This is amazing that you are using all of these athletes as
this is an athletic.
We're having a performance psychologist come on to.
Am I getting a sports drink?
Not next week, I believe the week after. Yeah.
To help me out?
Yeah, can help you out.
Forget about January. Yeah.
I just want you to see what's happening here. Our show is bringing on a sports psychologist to help Mark
get back on the
over
horse.
The yips of a game of his own making. So Dr. Frankenstein's monster has grown out of control. And really what this is about is it's a combined thing. Gelman doesn't want to give away any more shirts. And Mark hates to lose. So together they have united to find Mark a sports psychologist.
Very important. Very important.
How to win at life. Yeah.
How to win at life.
That's right.
Okay.
And how to lose at life sometimes.
How to lose at life. We've got a big show for you today. Naomi Watts is here. As I like to call her, the head swan.
The head swan. And a performance by Grace Potter.
And Strive for More in 24 Parenting Week wraps up with a look at common viruses and serious illnesses that every parent should know about with Dr. Holly Phillips. All right. It's time.
It's time.
It's time. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to play.
Let's say hello to Martin Bodner from New Britain, Connecticut, who watches the show on WTNH. Good morning, Martin. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
All right. I love your flower shirt there.
Sure. Thank you.
Were you just golfing? Were you coming back from a golf outing?
No, that's at a family picnic.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you look great. You look great. All right. You know how this game is played, right, Martin? You've given us two statements. One is true, one's not. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump me, you will win this.
A vagina. A place to jizz after you're in the vagina.
Not to be confused with the I love stump mark.
That's right. This is very special. All right, here are your two statements. I plan on planting a vegetable garden this year. Okay?
Correct.
Or I love mowing the lawn.
Well, this isn't fair right off the bat because he says, I plan on planting a vegetable garden this year. Now, this is kind of a fair question away because he already pre-told the answer to the producers or something, whoever. So there is a right or wrong answer. So at the end of the day, when you break it down to the roots, you just have to guess which one's the correct one. Which answer did the caller tell your producer before the show started? That's what you're really guessing. But to say, I plan on planting a vegetable garden this year, who's to tell if that's right or wrong? You know what I mean? You might say, I plan on planting a vegetable garden this year. I don't think I will. You know, what's the definition of a plant? And I love mowing the lawn. What does that mean? I guess you just like it. You love it. But is there a difference between like and love? You know, the question isn't like I mow the lawn. Like if he, like for it to be more fair, he would have to say, I love mowing the lawn so much I do it even when it doesn't need to be done. Or I love mowing the lawn so much I do it 3 times a week. Or I do it twice a week. You know what I mean? Because there's a fact there. I mow the lawn twice a week. I love mowing the lawn. That's vague because each person's definition of love is different. So the caller's definition of love might be on a scale of 1 to 10, a 7 or above. But for Mark, the word love is 9 or 10 only. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if Mark says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love mowing the lawn? And the guy goes, how much do you enjoy mowing the lawn? The guy might go 7.5. And Mark will think, well, that's not love. To me, love is 9 or 10. So that's a lie. But he doesn't know that the other guy's scale, you know, love is 7 to 8.5. And 8.5 to 10 is fuck. Like I like mowing the lawn. I love mowing the lawn. I want to fuck mowing the lawn. Like there's an extra. So people have different opinions. So essentially, this is just going to be a coin flip because the two options are vague. And so and it's at your discretion. It's at the caller's discretion of what the definitions of these verbs are, love and plan. So this is basically a coin flip. I'll just fucking say that he plans on planting a vegetable garden this year because his wife probably told him to and he's making plans, but he might not do it. That just makes sense. A vegetable garden is something you plan on doing because you think it's cool. Like I plan on making guacamole, so I buy avocados, and then Saturday comes and you don't make it because you're busy, you're lazy, you're tired, you're hungover, or something suddenly comes up. A guy loves mowing the lawn. That would be the truth, but it's kind of wrapped in a lie because what it really means is I love being away from my wife, or I love being outside, or I love mowing the lawn because I drive my lawnmower. So he doesn't really love mowing the lawn, but he loves getting on the seat of his lawnmower and driving it because it's got a steering wheel. So that's what he really loves. He loves going outside and driving his lawnmower around the grass. That's what he really loves. It's not really mowing the lawn, because if he loved mowing the lawn, that would suggest that if you gave him a lawnmower like back fucking in the 80s where you had to like yank on the chain, and then you had to push it, and you had to push the damn thing back and forth, north, south, north, south. He wouldn't do that. A man that would do that is someone that loves mowing the lawn, but he doesn't love mowing his lawn. He loves driving his lawnmower with his steering wheel. That's what he really loves doing. Probably also too, if he's got like music set up in it, or he's got a Bluetooth. I mean, who wouldn't love mowing their lawn if it entailed fucking driving a vehicle, listening to music, getting away from your wife, and drinking beer? Like, who doesn't want, like, hell, I want to mow someone's lawn now. I'll pay people to mow their big ass lawns if I could fucking sit there and drink a beer, listen to music or a podcast or an audiobook on my Bluetooth and fucking drive a vehicle. You're fucking drinking beer, listening out in the sun, fucking listening to your favorite music or podcast, drinking a beer out in the sun, driving a vehicle. You know why he loves mowing the lawn? Because he gets to legally drink and drive. That's the truth. I love mowing the lawn is the truth. I plan on planting a vegetable garden is the lie. That's the thing. That's the trick. Unless he genuinely loves mowing the lawn, then that's the lie. But if mowing the lawn is really code for like, it's like saying I love book club. I love book club. No, you don't. You like going to book club because at book club you get to drink wine and gossip with other females. That's what you love. Gossiping with other females over bottles of wine. The book club is just what we call that. But that's not what you love. If they said, okay, guys, no wine next week, and we have to read 3 chapters, okay? You're not going to read 3 chapters and show up and not drink wine and say, and, no gossip. That's what you love. You don't love the book club. You love the things that go on at book club. You don't like mowing the lawn. You like the things that come along with mowing the lawn. Drinking, driving, music, podcast. You don't love book club. You love gossip, drinking, and looking at fucking pictures of Leonardo DiCaprio's vagina. That's what you like doing. Now I got to fucking put all this shit in. How I don't like. Oh. I don't even know what my first joke was now. Ugh, I hate this shit. Just go down there and stay there. You stay here. You stay here. God.
All right, Martin, talk to me about it. How many acres do you have there on your lawn?
1.
Oh, it's not very big. It's about a third of an acre.
Third of an acre. Oh, I would love that too if it was a third of an acre. It's very quick. What do you use to mow it? Are you riding or are you pushing?
Oh, I'm pushing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long does it take you to do this?
I bet a third of an acre pushing. Well, here's the thing. If you wanted to get it done quick, you could probably get it done in like 20 minutes. Maybe a half an hour, right? But if he loves it, he's probably taking his sweet ass time. I bet he says it takes him an hour. This is what I would ask him too. I would say, do you drink while you mow the lawn? Or perhaps smoke a little bit of the, as my parents would say, the grass. Do you smoke a little of the grass while you're cutting the grass? Is that why you like mowing the lawn? You like getting a good buzz, a little head buzz, and then you're just like enjoying the sunshine on your body while you're like, a little blazed, as the kids say, a little lit off of the hashish, as my grandmother would say. So that's what you really like?
It was a third of an acre. It's very quick. What do you use to mow it? Are you riding or are you pushing?
Oh, I'm pushing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long does it take you to do this?
Oh, a good hour. I don't rush myself, but yeah, it's a gas mower.
What do you love about it?
I love the time that I can have right to myself, the solitude. I can reflect. I can plan my week. Think about the days. I have the job and personal life still.
Do you also like to vacuum?
Satisfaction of a job well done.
Do you also like to vacuum?
No, I don't like to crouch down, so I wouldn't mind the company either. But I'm not a good vacuum.
Do you have a grass collector? Does it go into the bag?
It can if you want to add the bag to it, but I would prefer to rake the leaves. And the grass, absolutely. I was listening earlier, and I was an ex-paper boy, and I also mowed lawns, rake leaves, shovel snow. So I learned the value of gallantry. I can relate to that.
Okay.
I know the answer.
Yeah, I do too.
I know you.
Well, write it down. How about this? This is what Mark should say. All right, sweetie, on National Spouses Day, how about you write your answer down and just keep it on a piece of paper. I'll make my guess, and then after I make my official guess, show your answer and see if we had the same answer, and we'll see if you're right. Because if you say your guess now, and it's the same one I have, people are never going to know if I really had that guess or if I'm just copying you. and I changed my mind and went with you. You know what I mean? So why don't you write yours down? Gelman, you have like 5 pencils inside your little fucking sports coat that you bought at the kids store, at Babies R Us, at the Tykes and Tukes.
I can only do that.
Okay.
I know the answer.
Yeah, I do too.
I know you do.
I know it too. Listen, I'm looking at your shirt, thinking that you might like gardens. And I think you plan on planting a vegetable garden this year.
I do, guys.
There you go. It's kind of like I said, if you paid attention, no one likes mowing the lawn. The very first thing I said is like, plan on planting a vegetable garden because his wife probably told him to or said that, and it's something that you would plan on doing, just like making guacamole. And then when it gets time to actually do it, and it's like fucking spring, you're like, oh God, I don't want to do it. That sounded good in like fall and winter, but now at the time's here and you don't do it. No one loves mowing the lawn, but that's why I made a little caveat and I said, unless he's like driving it's not mowing the lawn that he loves, it's the experience. It's everything that's entailed with it. He likes driving his machine. But the minute he asked you drive or push and he said push, this was automatically the lie. No man likes pushing a fucking lawnmower for an hour across grass when they could be watching TV, masturbating, or masturbating while they're watching TV.
Listen, I'm looking at your shirt, thinking that you might like gardens. And I think
the shirt gave it away.
This year.
I do, guys.
Oh, and if this is his backyard, you could kind of see what part of his grass looks like.
Thinking that you might like gardens. And I think you plan on planting a vegetable garden this year.
I do, guys. It looks like you're breaking your streak. You don't need your sports psychologist.
Nobody likes mowing lawns.
Martin, let me tell you your big mistake. You talked and talked and talked. And you know, Mark has this theory that once you start talking that much about a singular thing,
I agree.
You are trying to convince.
Reverse psychology.
No, it never works with him.
Well, listen, you didn't win that mug. You were one of the few. This one. Or the t-shirt, but you still have a chance to win a valuable trick. It's time to warm it up.
Yeah, but how did you do reverse psychology? If you were trying to do reverse psychology, then you would have talked and talked and talked about the garden, leading him to believe that's the lie, so he could guess that's the lie and you'd be right. You didn't do reverse psychology. You reverse psychology yourself. You reversed your reverse psychology, and the reverse psychology went on yourself.
I do, guys. It looks like you're breaking your streak. You don't need your sports psychologist.
Nobody likes mowing lawns.
Martin, let me tell you your big mistake. You talked and talked and talked. And you know, Mark has this theory.
If it's a lawnmower that you push and you walk, if it's a lawnmower that you push while you're walking, then it's a lie.
It looks like you're breaking your streak. You don't need your sports psychologist.
Nobody likes mowing lawns.
Martin, let me tell you your big mistake. You talked and talked and talked. And you know, Mark has this theory that once you start talking that much about a singular thing.
Because I'll tell you, most guys, like, that's just something a guy would do is like tell his wife that I plan on making, like, I'll plant a vegetable garden next spring to like make his wife happy so he can get laid. And then he'll keep his fingers crossed that by the time like March comes, that she'll forget. So as of now, as far as his wife knows, he does plan on planting a vegetable garden because it's still January and he's still got a couple months for her to forget. But that's what he told her, so he's sticking to it. But the plan, the reason why the verb plan is there is because he plans on it. Whether it'll come into fruition and he'll follow through. Whether he'll follow through depends on if his wife remembers. If his wife doesn't remember, he will not follow through and not plant the vegetable garden. But if his wife remembers, then he will follow through because his wife will be saying, hey, it's March. Remember back in November when you were drunk at Thanksgiving and you said you were going to plant a vegetable garden? Well, it's spring. And then he'll be like, spring is until the 21st. Well, the weather's warm, so get out there and plant some goddamn spring peas and fucking tomatoes. Give me some asparagus, asswipe.
You don't need a sports psychologist.
Nobody likes him.
So that's why plant on planting of vegetable garden this year. Because that's something you would tell your wife like in November, December to make her happy and get some action. Keeping your fingers crossed that by the time March rolls around, she'll forget. That makes total sense. So you were right. I was right. But I did want to say that if I was wrong and that he loved mowing the lawn, but he ended up driving, that I did have it down, that if I knew that, I would have picked that. But I still got it right anyway. Still got a better percentage than you. You can stump him all you want. Try to stump me.
Thinking that you might
I don't
like
even
gardens.
try.
I think you
I don't even want to
planting a vegetable garden this year.
I do, guys. It looks like you're breaking your streak. You don't need a sports psychologist.
Nobody likes mowing.
I didn't even need to take an ACT. I went to culinary school. I didn't need an ACT score to qualify or to get in. It wasn't mandatory or required. I just did it because I was curious to see what would my score be. I didn't study anything.
It looks like you're breaking your streak. You don't need a sports psychologist.
Oh my fucking God. Will this guy please fucking speak clearly?
It looks like you're breaking your streak. You don't need a sports psychologist.
Nobody likes mowing lawns.
Martin, let me tell you your big mistake. You talked and talked and talked. And you know, Mark has this theory that once you start talking that much about a singular thing,
I agree.
You're trying to convince.
Reverse psychology.
No, it never works with him.
Well, listen, you didn't win that mug. You're one of the few this month. Or the t-shirt, but you still have a chance to win a valuable trick. It's time to warm it up. Travel trivia.
Queen Gretchen Campbell from Hillside, New Jersey.
Great job.
All right, let's see, Deja's.
All right, everyone. This is the time of the show of the live stream, podcast, watch along, whatever the fuck you're going to call it, where I try to imitate the dancer. The dancer that you saw, and you rate me on a scale of 1 to 100. So give me those comments. I try my best. I don't. And then Kelly's like,
That's the birthday Queen Gretchen Campbell from Hillside, New Jersey.
Great job.
All right, let's see,
she's
Deja's.
got big teeth, big teeth.
Great job.
All right, let's see, Deja, spin that wheel to see what else Martin's playing. All right, Martin, a trip for two to the St. James's Club and Villas in Antigua. 7 days and 6 nights in a royal suite. Wow. It's all inclusive. It's a prize valued at $8,000. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Good luck.
All right, Martin, here we go. Earlier this week, we talked with Jennifer Nettles. What state did Jennifer say she's originally from?
Idaho, Nashville, Tennessee, Texas, Tennessee, no, Texas, Georgia, I'm saying Georgia, Texas.
From Douglas, Georgia.
Georgia, told you Georgia.
Congratulations. You and a guest will enjoy
Fucking cheater.
the St. James's Club and Villas in Antigua. Experience an authentic Caribbean
People,
vacation.
don't you know, it's about lines. All the lines are not lemons, and all the lemons are not limes. Limes can go in a Corona, but also in a Miller Lite, but not in a Bud Light, because Bud Light is for transgenders. Oh yeah. All the Republicans, they love their Bud Light song. Shake that
Congratulations.
bottle for
Thank
me.
you so much.
Way to rebound.
I have to say, I've been watching the show for 20 years, and it's never been better. You guys are terrific. I love your experience. That's exactly what we're so happy with this.
Don't you
And
feel
you can
bad?
drive my car any day.
Don't you feel bad now that you robbed Martin of the mug and the shirt?
That shirt got ruined in the lawnmower.
That's right.
All right, Martin, now you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio
And
audience.
of course, again, you got your fucking stupid ass Mark mumbling over the fucking phone.
Don't you feel bad
No,
now?
I don't feel bad. I don't fucking feel bad. Do you feel bad that you look like a fucking 9-year-old that was kidnapped by some fat white guy?
That's exactly what we're so happy with this.
Don't you
And
feel
you can
bad?
drive my car any day.
Oh, fuck you.
Don't you feel bad now that you robbed Martin of the mug and the shirt?
You ass-kissing dumb fuck.
That shirt got ruined in the lawnmower.
That's right.
All right, Martin, now you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. So please pick a number between 1 and 127.
106.
55.
Fuck you.
55. Congratulations again, Martin. When we return, Naomi
We continue Trying Remote 24 with info on what to look for when your kids get sick. A performance by Grace Potter. Coming up next, Naomi There's a light that always shines on me. There's a way everybody say to do each and every little thing. Oh, you must know it's like, baby, you must know it's like. Love somebody, touch somebody, baby, I love you.
It's in New York City in Manhattan for a morning show for ABC. Someone that works as a producer for Live with Kelly on ABC morning television watches two stoners talk about fantasy football in their spare time, like we're their secret indulgence. I don't know, probably not.
Plumbing, sewer, heating, cooling, and electric.
This song's been
And
around for
consider
like
it done.
40 years, so I'm sure you're not the only person
Don't
that.
forget on Monday's show, Brian Cranston will be here.
Also, Nikolai Coster.
Why is your heart broken? Did you think that like you were some genius that like was the only person that thought of this thing to make a bite of Sammy Hagar?
Electric.
No one else
And
had
consider
300
it done.
400 million people, billion people in the last.
Hey, don't forget on Monday's show, Brian Cranston will be here.
Also, Nikolai Coster Waldo, and I'm going to play ping pong against him.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, when did you
We
decide?
talked the last time he was on the show.
You did?
Yeah.
Was I here?
Yes.
Things I just block right out. Yeah. And Strive for More in 24 continues. How long are we going to cover 24? Into 25?
Yes.
We're going to do 2 months of 24?
We're still striving.
We're going to do 24 until we start talking about what our kids were for Halloween. We continue it with a week of healthy aging tips. On Monday, we will find out about proper skincare. Are we going to have like a Botox doctor here?
No, this is non-Botox. Yeah.
Well, it won't be as fun and nobody will be as engaged. And by nobody, I mean myself. I won't care as much. I may or may not be here on Monday. All right, let's get to it. She's an incredible award-winning actress, and she stars as the real-life socialite Babe Paley in the limited series Feud, Capote versus the Swans. Please welcome back to the show the head swan herself, Naomi Watts. What is your color. Anytime I see you in white, a cream-colored white,
I love a white, a winter white.
It is winter white. That is your color.
Thank you.
So you recently posted a very fun dancing video.
Very
and I love when you dance.
I love to dance with you, Kelly.
You're one of my favorite. That's is that Debbie Harry?
That is Debbie Harry.
Oh my God.
Legend herself.
That is incredible. Where are you guys?
We were at the premiere party. It was a celebratory night. We worked very hard on this show and all had such a good time together, such an elaborate cast. And a great number of fantastic, iconic people were there, including Debbie Harry.
You
and this is a woman. I had posters on my wall, right?
Same.
All over, plastered all over my wall. And I knew every word to every song. I had a choreographed dance to every song.
Yep.
I just am obsessed with that woman. And she's the warmest, kindest, most gentle human being. So.
Hey, best wishes are in order. You, you married one of my favorite people. You and Billy
Me
Crudup
too.
just got married over the summer.
Can I tell you something? Mark and I were so tickled over this. Like, it thrilled us because we were like, oh my gosh, two really good guys found each other. Like, two great people that we love and respect and admire found each other. We're so happy
Never
for
too
you.
late. Right? We found each other later than late in life, and it's really a special thing. And Billy loves you guys, so thank you for your kindness about that.
He's special.
Did you have a party afterwards?
We again, nothing was planned because we wanted to keep it low key. And I even got my flowers from the bodega.
Nice.
Bodega flowers are the best. They last
Just
forever.
wrapped an old ribbon. I keep my ribbons for a good reason.
Yeah.
Pulled them out of the drawer, made it myself. And then, we ended up finishing the whole ceremony. It's very quick. And we just called a few friends.
This is gonna fucking confuse me. You go here. Did you say the bodega? You got your flowers from a bodega?
Wrapped an old ribbon. I keep.
Come on, you fucking rewind. Look, you got to go all the way back fucking to 59.
It's really a special thing.
Yeah. 59. Yeah.
It's special.
Did you have a party afterwards?
Again, nothing was planned because we wanted to keep it low key. And I even got my flowers from the bodega.
Nice. Bodega flowers are the best. They last
Just
forever.
wrapped an old ribbon. I keep my ribbons for a good reason.
Yeah.
Pulled them out of the drawer, made it myself. And then, we ended up finishing the whole ceremony. It's very quick. And we just called a few friends randomly, spontaneously, and whoever was in town just came and joined us. It was really celebratory and lovely.
So I understand that you and Billy like to, because we very rarely, it's the greatest food city in the world here in New York.
Yeah.
And we very rarely go out to dinner. It's like almost never, but you guys do it a lot.
We try to get out there. It's hard with the kids.
Yeah.
Kids are not great in restaurants.
You keep a file. You keep notes.
We can't remember anything. I mean, I don't know if anyone's my age. I have to do lists. Yes. So we have a notes section that we share. And every time we find something we love or hear about something that we want to experiment with, and we take those notes and we share them. I think it's a good strategy.
I know, we should do that too.
We only go to 2 restaurants ever, and even then we can't remember what we did.
Hey, listen, we binged the show, and I can't wait when we come back, we're going to talk to you about incredible performance and the ultimate Swans. Stay tuned.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drop Caesar.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tirvaya. It's not another drop. It's the...
budget a fucking $1 million fucking printing company. Were you just like fucking? Did you accidentally fucking end? Did you fucking accidentally end up with like fucking 50 pallets of paper? And it's like, Rick, what do we do with all this paper? It's like, well, I ordered 2 pallets because there was a good deal. I forgot I ordered 5 pallets last month. Or you probably didn't even order. I bet Ray did that? I bet someone else did the ordering. What did you even do? You were just a salesperson getting paid extra. It's like you were a bar manager that was like taking tips from the bar even though you weren't pouring drinks. Is that what you were doing? Like you just had an employee doing all the ordering. Because you probably fuck it up. All this shit you make fun of me for, all this shit, clumsy, no good.
312-356-DADS and visit dadsrights.com.
I need to tell you something. I think we're going to be close friends. I know these things.
How?
Oh, I don't know. I just do. I'm witchy.
Witchy? Well, tell me, Mr. Witch, did you see my husband and Miss Europe, 1952?
I did. I saw him take her to one of the cottages.
What do you suggest I do about it?
That's a scene from Feud, Capote versus the Swans. You play the Swan, the head swan. If there were to be a head swan, Babe Paley, they had quite a, would you call it a love story, Capote and Babe Paley? Yeah. They seem to be so...
We call that the HSIC, the head swan in charge. The HBIC would be the head bitch in charge. The HSIC, the head swan in charge.
Paley, they had quite a, would you call it a love story, Capote and Babe Paley? Yeah. They seem to be soulmates.
Truman came along at this point in her life where her marriage was fractious and she tolerated a lot of infidelities. And so I think she was in a lot of pain. And this man came along and just kind of saw her. She allowed herself to be seen and they exchanged all their secrets and it just... this wonderful friendship developed, and I think it was the most intimate she'd been with anyone in her whole life. And so when he wrote this story about the Swans, it was such a betrayal, and because of the depth of their friendship, it became her undoing and something that she couldn't recover from. So it's deeply sad. It's a sad story.
And you got to play opposite Treat Williams, and we lost him last year. Yeah, how was that?
Oh, I mean,
working with him.
What a legend! What incredible work that he had done already. But both of us talked constantly in between scenes about how grateful we were to be playing these fantastic roles at this point in our lives, and he was just knocking it out of the park. He was a gentle man who spoke so beautifully and lovingly about his family all the time, his children, his wife, where he lived in Vermont. What a great and terrible, tragic loss. And I'm just so sad that he's not going to see this work and the accolades that he deserves. But I met his wonderful family and he's in our hearts forever.
It's the entire series is a tour de force. You're all so brilliant.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Congratulations for having you guys.
Feud, Truman, Capote versus the Swans premieres January 31st on FX at 10 p.m. and available to stream the next day on Hulu. Come up next, what you need to know when your child gets sick. Stick around.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Plus, get free fitness training. Hurry, deal ends January 31st.
Popeyes and chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices.
It's new to me. So if I act weird to you, I want you to know where that's coming from, and can you please be sensitive?
Buys this weekend and this weekend only at the Room Place. Man has been murdered on the ship. The killer is among us.
Who told you that?
You already know everything.
It's more fun when you unravel it as smoke.
Tell me, I have to solve this murder.
Doesn't always have to be you.
But I'm so good at it.
Details matter.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year?
I'm not, fashionably late. You know what I'm joining? I'm joining my fucking carpet where I'm going to be doing push-ups off of and farting while I'm doing sit-ups and saving fucking $20 a month.
It's normal for parents to take extra precautions to keep their children healthy. So here to break down some common viruses and serious illnesses every parent should know about is Dr. Holly Phillips.
Hi, Dr. Holly. Hi. Okay, take us through it. It is this.
Ooh, Holly Phillips, a.k.a. my next wife, my next ex-wife, sorry. Dr. Holly DeBlanc, my next ex-wife. Fuck you. Whatever her name is. What's her name? Dr. Holly Phillips? You got it, Holly. How's a Holly?
Illnesses every parent should know about is Dr. Holly Phillips.
Hi, Dr. Holly. Hi. Okay, take us through it. It is the season.
It's the
of
season.
viruses.
Here's the season,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
We're all sort of under this.
Yeah.
One of the first is called RSV.
Yeah,
we
hear a
hear
lot
about
about
it
that.
a lot. It
Yes.
stands for respiratory syncytial virus. It's so contagious, but it's so common. By the time kids are 2, about 97% of them have been exposed to it.
Oh, wow.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But you can get it more than once, so we still sort of really have to stay vigilant. It's about hand washing. It's about all those regular things. Kids might get a high fever, body aches, etc. There are vaccines, but not for kids yet. People over 60 can get a vaccine, and pregnant women. So there are things we can do, but
What's another virus that's common in kids?
so another thing that we're seeing a lot of, which is not technically a virus, is strep throat.
Oh, yes.
right.
All of our friends who have young kids, they all have strep throat.
Exactly. So most sore throats are caused by viruses. Strep is a bacteria. Incredibly common. And it's so important to treat it with antibiotics. Not just to make the kids better faster, but because it prevents a really scary complication that can affect the heart.
Yes.
So you want to go ahead and treat that.
All right, what's another virus you're seeing a lot of right now?
Well, in addition to everything else, of course, there's the flu. We never get a break from the flu except in the summer.
The flu seems to be a catch-all for everything. Like people say, I have the flu, but you mean actual influenza.
Exactly. I'm talking influenza A. And it's like, often we say we have the flu when we really just have a cold. The flu is a distinct virus. It is prevented a lot by the vaccine. But even if you get the flu after having the vaccine, it will still likely be shorter and fewer complications. So that's one thing.
Oh, this is one of my favorites: hand, foot, and mouth disease. Tell me about that
One of your favorites, I know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, it affects young kids in particular. Anyone
Everything in
can
their
get it.
mouth.
But yes, it's one of the very few illnesses. Hardly anything affects the palms of our hands or the soles of our feet. But this virus gives really...
so much to pause and rewind it because your husband says so much stupid shit. Let's see what he says here.
Foot and mouth disease. Tell me about that
One of your favorites, I know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, it affects young kids in particular. Anyone
Everything
can
in their
get it.
mouth.
But yes, it's one of the very few illnesses. Hardly anything affects the palms of our hands or the soles of our feet. But this virus gives really,
They put everything in their mouth is what he said. But then the captions say they put everything in her mouth. Who's her mouth? Kelly? You're telling me that your kids fucking Nola and Nona, Jackie, and Marcus put things in Kelly's mouth all the time? Did they put their feces? Did they put their hands up their butt and then put their hands in Kelly's mouth? And that's what made her breasts deflate? Look at that.
In particular.
That is called ripapox. That is a Consuelo Senza.
Yeah. But yes, it's one of the very few illnesses. Hardly anything affects the palms of our hands or the soles of our feet. But
But this virus gives really, little blisters all over, so we can see it right away. Nothing particular to do, just take care of the kids, supportive care.
Do they call it hand, foot, and mouth disease from the kids putting their hands and feet into their mouths? Is that?
Not exactly. It really is hand, foot, and mouth because of what we see there. You can get blisters inside of your mouths, but it's really about trying to get the kids not to touch and do all of the things.
All right, we need to take a little break. When we come back, Dr. Holly tells us about some serious illnesses every parent should know about. Stick around.
Stay social with us. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. See all your favorite moments, everything you might have missed. Next.
Come on. What's going on, you stupid bitch?
Next live, Brian Cranston and Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
I am so glad that you were born.
Aww.
What would I be doing if you weren't around? I'd be sad and lonely.
Oh, yes.
In a monastery somewhere.
With my penis inside of all the nuns.
For moderate.
Although I'm sure a monastery is for monks. He'd be fucking other girls. He'd have another fucking... You know what? If Kelly wasn't around, Mark Consuelos would just be married to Emma Stone. And they'd have ugly children.
Maneuver today.
Welcome back. Dr. Holly Phillips is here. We've covered, apparently what we just covered were not the serious illnesses. Now we're going to cover some illnesses that are not as common that parents should know about.
Exactly. You know what? We would just dive in with polio, which is a very scary and very serious illness, but it's sort of good news in that the global eradication efforts have been very, very good. We're not there yet. But for example, in the United States, we haven't had a natural case of polio since the 70s.
Incredible.
But it's still something to think about because it does circulate in certain areas. We want to make sure we stay on top of our vaccines.
Okay.
Chickenpox.
Chickenpox, super contagious as well. You can't miss it though, right?
No,
you really kids get the blisters on their chests, on their abdomen. It can be on your face as well. If they scab over and they can leave scars. My grandmother was most concerned about that. But luckily our kids now have a vaccine, which works, and it also helps to prevent shingles later in life.
Oh, good. The vaccine?
The vaccine, yes.
No
Chickenpox
kidding.
and shingles are really directly related. So
I know, we're all shaking our heads at shingles vaccine.
Meningitis.
You don't have scars on your back and feel insecure.
The vaccine?
The vaccine, yes.
No
Chickenpox
kidding.
and shingles are really directly related. So
I know, we're all shaking our heads at shingles vaccine.
Meningitis.
Meningitis. So this is the...
What did Grandma say?
Can't miss it, though, right?
No,
You really kids get the blisters on their chests, on their abdomen. It can be on your face as well. If they scab over and they can leave scars. My grandmother was most concerned about that. But luckily our kids now have a vaccine, which works, and it also helps to prevent shingles later in life.
Oh, good. The vaccine?
The vaccine, yes.
No
Chickenpox
kidding.
and shingles are really directly related. So
I know, we're all shaking our heads at shingles vaccine.
Meningitis.
Meningitis. So this is the most serious illness that is still really circulating, right? It is life-threatening. In the hospital, we consider it a medical emergency. For kids, think young adults. It doesn't usually happen to little kids. Think 16, 17, 18, young adults. You're going to look for stiff neck, a really high fever, and it spreads where kids live together. So, or young adults, I should say. Dorms, camps, army barracks, where there's young people in the military. That's where you see the bursts of it. There are vaccines, but most important, get to the hospital.
Get to the hospital as soon.
Don't take that one lightly.
Stiff neck. Because a lot of times we tell our kids to suck it up. You're fine.
No, it's
have
just
some
bad.
chicken soup.
Not at all. If they can't turn this way, that way, look down, and
Get
take
to the
it
doctor.
seriously.
Yeah. Measles.
Measles. You know, It is still circulating.
I've been reading about an outbreak in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there's outbreaks. There are little pockets of outbreaks. The one very interesting thing about measles that I think a lot of people don't know, it's one of the single most contagious illnesses that has ever existed. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
A person can be in a room who has measles. They can leave. 2 hours later, you can go in there and contract measles.
Are
2
you
hours
kidding
after
me?
they left.
Wow.
That's how contagious it is. So
Fucking
there
A.
are vaccines. We can stay on top of it. But it's one of those things just to
That just terrified me.
All right, very important information. Thank you, Dr. Holly. For more information, visit our website, livewithkellyandmark.com. Coming up next, Grace Potter performs. Stick around.
If you'd like to know more about anything you've seen live, just log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com. See it live, just log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
I am a teacher at Waco Academy.
See it live, just log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
I met actor Matthew Lillard. I am a teacher at the Waco Police Academy. Okay. I guess he guessed that the guy was a teacher at Waco Academy, and that was wrong. Because who the fuck brags about meeting the dude from Scooby-Doo?
For the show. 17 and maybe even win a prize. This exclusive. Don't miss out on all the fun. Visit our website and get your tickets for Live with Kelly and Mark now.
Hey, welcome back. Spin Magazine calls our next guest one of the greatest living voices in rock today. Her 5th studio album is out now. Here's Grace Potter with Something That I Want.
She's a girl with the best intentions. He's a man of his own invention. She looked out the window, he walked out the door. And she found like him and he said, what you looking for? She said, I want something that I tell myself I need, something that I want. And I need everything you see, something that I want. Something that I tell myself I need, something that I want. And I need everything I see. Cause I'm living in a pure illusion. She's gonna come to a conclusion. So when you think you know what to say, someone comes along and shows you a brand new way. Something that I tell myself I need, something that I want. And I need everything I see, something that I want. Something to tell myself I need, something that I want.
That was so fun.
I just have to make this acknowledgement as I trip over the speaker. You look like Heidi Klum. Do people tell you that all the time?
I think it was engineered that way.
No,
the rock
come on.
gods.
All right, so this song is 15 years old.
Yeah.
It's
Well, yeah, it's one of the first songs I wrote on my first album when I was 19.
My gosh!
It was always one of the better songs, but we never, me and my old band never really, technology wasn't around the way that it is now. And we were poor, so even whatever there was, like I think YouTube had just come up, but we really we weren't able to utilize technology to get our songs out there and sale. So when I met this new band and we started writing, I said, you got to bring back a couple songs from the old band. They're really good. And they like this one.
That was incredible. That was incredible. Oh my gosh.
That was so fun.
I just have to make this acknowledgement as I trip over the speaker. You look like Heidi Klum. Do people tell you that all the time?
I think it was engineered that way.
No,
the rock
come on.
gods.
All right, so this song is 15 years old.
Yeah.
It's having a resurgence on TikTok.
It's a weird story. I don't quite know what happened, but somewhere in there, Travis the Entertainer did a show. Someone thought it'd be funny to put the Disney song to him dancing.
Right. Yeah.
And then that turned into a bunch of other performers, mainly rappers. And then that got picked up by the Tammy movie and Melissa McCarthy doing the robbery scene.
Yes, right.
And now it's a dance challenge.
Nice.
Grace Potter's new album, Mother Road, is available now. Make sure you go get it.
We'll be right back.
Monday on Live, from an optimist's guide to the planet, Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
Do you know how much I love you, sweetie? A bushel and a peck, a hug of love. Always. You're my special boy.
Tired of sciatic nerve?
This is exclusive.
I don't know what I would do at Disney World. I've never been.
In rock today, her fifth. Spin Magazine calls our next guest one of the greatest living voices in rock today. Her fifth studio album is out now. Here's Grace Potter with Something That I Want.
More likely to be.
Well, I've never heard of her before. So was she someone that was famous back when I was using?
Sofas to the Chicago Furniture Bank, valued at nearly $100,000. Learn more about the.
I wonder if I could marry all these girls legally in Utah.
Donated a truckload of 50 new sofas to the Chicago Furniture Bank, valued at nearly $100,000. Learn more about the Chicago Furniture Bank and find out how you can get $500 off for your trade-in at smith.com.
Closed captioning.
Fresh starts.
This year, start new with Blue. Switch to healthy Blue Buffalo today. Pick up Blue wherever you buy pet food.
Skating for over 45. Points and information support. Cunol, the brand I trust.
All right, well, guess what? We have a big announcement.
Huge.
Yeah.
We're pregnant with Gelman's and his new boyfriend's first child. I am being their surrogate. What is up with this girl's face? Look at this girl. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. You want to wake up to that? Look at there. She's ready for a fucking spray. She's ready. She's ready for a fucking Mark shower, a fucking jism shower, a fucking Mark Consuelo's golden shower, a fucking creamsicle scented jism all over. That's what she looks like when she's getting sprayed on at their fucking like luxury penthouse suite at a fucking Italian hotel on the Riviera.
Headed back to LA this year for the Oscars, and we want you to join us the morning after Hollywood's biggest night.
Oh God, the Oscars show. That's not a big announcement. You're moving back to LA. Look, COVID's over. Everyone's expecting that. It's not big.
We have a big announcement.
Huge.
Yeah. We're headed back to LA this year for the Oscars, and we want you to join us the morning after Hollywood's biggest night in the exact same theater. You can be sitting in Ryan Gosling's seat.
Yeah, or Emma Stone's
chair.
Emma Stone's seat.
You could sit in the chair, and then afterwards, you could take the chair home with you.
Or Leonardo
Just kidding.
DiCaprio.
Take a look at this.
New York's hottest host, crushing Hollywood's biggest night. Throwing America's best after party. Live with Kelly and Mark after the Oscar show. Live from the Oscar stage at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, California. Monday, March 11th. For tickets, go to our website.
Well, you're no model.
If you're going to be in the LA area on March 11th and want tickets to our After the Oscars show live from the Dolby Theater, go to our website.
All right. Hey, don't forget on Monday show, Brian Prince.
Also, Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
And we begin Super Seniors Week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
You look like you're lost on your way to like participate in the shot put for the Special Olympics. Where do we go? This is my tux. I wear my tux. Like you were the kid. You were the kid that wanted to wear your Spider-Man pajamas like to go grocery shopping, and you wanted to wear your Spider-Man pajamas to school.
All right. Hey, don't forget on Monday show, Brian Prince.
Also, Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
And we begin Super Seniors Week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Everybody loves me. No one really loves me, so you don't want to tell me now it's all for that.
We're still going for that nice catch.
Yeah, I got your nice catch. It's in my pants. Why don't you open up your glove and let me put my baseball inside your little mitt, your little skin mitt.
Suspected bleeding or unusual bruising. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
The #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner. We're going for it. Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
Having health insurance is important. So if anyone in your family has Illinois Medicaid,
For today, temperatures eventually fall off to about freezing as we go through the overnight hours. And then this weekend is actually looking really nice.
This
temperatures
girl
in the
again.
40s, and then again, a big warm up here as we head into next week. More on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, got it. Hi, Sal. See you soon. Deadly plane crash in Florida. New information about who was killed on the ground.
The Chicago connection to the set of sneakers that will make millions on the auction block.
It is Groundhog Day, but it is also Harold Ramis Day in Chicago. Word Harry carries at Navy Pier where a big celebration is planned. We'll tell you all about it in today's Weekender.
Shut up. Oh my God, I gotta fucking get rid of this shit now. All right. Oh my God. All right, so that's the end of that. Season 2, episode 1-on-1 from January 26th, right? Ugh. Run 26. Great. Great. Yes. Yes. Oh, no. No, that's not what we're doing. All right. All right. That's it. Watch all the past episodes, future episodes, like, subscribe, do all the crap. I gotta go. I shit my pants. I'm out of toilet paper. I have to